Welcome to Mountain Valley Real Estate, where you get to virtually walk the property with me so you can get a superior boots on the ground feel for the property.
So I just wanted to say this up front real quick. I know a lot of you guys and gals are waiting for just the right property to show up, and I think this is an extremely strong candidate for that. And I don't say that lightly. This has got pretty much, I think, everything you're looking for. Got a lot of flat land at the beginning. It appears to have a year-round creek. There's small fish in it. There's power here. There's a well. There's septic. There's views of Mount Shasta and the surrounding mountains. A cellar also may carry with half down. Yeah, so improvements on this property, and it's not too far from town as well. It is on a dirt road. Most of the dirt road is kind of gravel-like and not so bad. So anyway, let's get into it. Hey, as a quick favor, can you subscribe? YouTube shows that most of you watching are not subscribed, just to help out the algorithm. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Are you looking for a property out in the country? One with a good amount of flat acreage and a creek containing small fish? Well, how about a well, a septic, power at the road right here? If that sounds like a winner, walk with me as I show you the chicken dinner. I mean, the meat and potatoes of this property. Okay, I must be very hungry here. We're going to jump over the gate. There's the Lac Creek Road, and so the cinder block on top of this driveway, I guess. There's Mount Shasta views. Here's what that looks like with your naked eye. All right, for today's property, we are starting out in Battle Creek. Very important here. This is where these two creeks, this one and this one, they had to duel it out to see who was going to continue on. Very important facts here. Okay, just kidding. Let's start out with Redding, California. Right up here. This is Redding, about 2 hours north of Sacramento Airport. And we take Highway 44 where it meets I-5. We're going to head east on Highway 44. It's going to be about 15-20 minutes, probably about 20 minutes. And we're going to go on Dersch Rd, or kind of south. This is Dersch Rd here. Off Highway 44. Take this down maybe a mile or so. Alright. I'm going to turn left onto Frey. This is a pretty nice gravel road.
take that down until you get to Black Creek Drive. You're going to follow it this way. There's a little concrete bridge across the creek. If it ever floods, I wouldn't cross it. There's some signs here warning you about that. Anyway, you're going to keep going up this little hill here and reach the property. I did mark this approximate road frontage with pink tape for you. If you want to come out on your own, you can see this little driveway leading in with the cinder rock and a gate here. The topo lines, these lines that are further apart, means the property is more flat. If they're close together, as if you get down here toward the creek, it's a little steeper. You have a neighbor with a house there. Looks like you got one over here. Shipping container. Anyway, it's called a couple of ways in here. Down to the creek. You'll see me go down the creek in the video here soon. And you will join me down here by the creek. I know it says it's over here, but it's more over here actually. So anyway, let's take a quick 3D look at it. This is a little bit exaggerated, but gives you an idea of how it looks. So it's pretty flat here in the beginning. And then it goes downhill. It's not steep, but it's downhill until you get to the creek area. Could do some terracing. There's irrigation down here and here. So looks like it might be set up for if you want to do some garden or something down there. Anyway, that's the basics. Let's get back to the show.
Well, if you're new here, I'm John with Mountain Valley Real Estate, and that dude right there is Land Squatch. He's probably gonna follow me or be in front of me the whole time too. He likes the spotlight, I guess, but didn't say much. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos released Fridays at 5 p.m. This is 10.4 acres on Black Creek Drive in Shingletown, a lower part. So it's not too far from Redding, California. And the price on this one is $130,000 with seller financing, a possibility with half down. You can, of course, make an offer on the property. A lot of level here. And some water tanks right over here. I'm going to show you that. The well is right over there. Show you that. We'll walk down to the creek. I'll show you where I think the septic is. The views are also stunning. So there's two massive storage tanks right here. I would say they're about 12 feet tall. See, my head's right about there. And anyway, they keep going, so I don't know, something like that. But there's two of them. Oh, nobody's home. Let's go check out the well. Then I'll give you some more info on the property. Sorry about it, it's a little bit windy out here today. Looks like you got 3 panels. For you that don't know here, this is the well right here. So there's should be a pump way down there with electrical going from the pump up this way, and then you should have electrical box here, right there. Be a solar deal. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know exactly how that all works, but well inspector does if you want it inspected. Some of you know more than I do about this actually. So yeah, there's the back. I do have some information on the well, so let me tell you more info here. So this 10.4 acres, it is rural, and it's in this Black Butte Subdivision. I don't think it's like super restrictive or anything. I know everybody's worried about that. But it backs up to about 350 feet of lovely Black Creek, which we'll check out in a minute. And then you have the awesome Mount Shasta views. They are a lot bigger than that if you're out here with your own eyeballs. There's about 3.5 acres out here that has flat ground to it. Also, sorry, showing you the map here, forgot to mention that, but on the up left-hand corner of the screen, there's a little map there and purple line. It's where we've walked, and where the blue kind of arrow walking around on this beautiful property here. So the topography starts out level and it's gently sloping downhill as we go this way, and it goes downhill as you go to the creek. So you come build your home here, lots of oak trees, gets more forested kind of down there. You're not super high, you're about 1,250 feet to maybe 1,400 feet elevation. Let's keep walking. So this property is kind of like a blank canvas for your dreams, which can be made here if you'd like. There is some rock. I don't know if it's bedrock or what, but there's a lot of surface rock or slab rock. So probably have to build down here where the septic is anyway, because it's already got a septic system and usually need to build near that. And there is also a natural type of terracing down at the back of the property, which would be great for a garden. Looks like maybe that was already accomplished here a little bit. There's already some water valves down there. There's some here. And so it's kind of plumbed and set up for you, it looks like to me. So as far as getting here, it's just under 2 miles on a gravel/dirt road off of paved Dersch Rd. And it's only like 15 miles back to Redding from here. My cell phone does work here, so I would think yours would too. I have Verizon. There's a big shipping container here, and it is long. I don't know the distance here. Let's see, what does that thing say? 2,390 cubic feet. I guess that's the storage amount of this thing. Probably figure out the length based off that and the height, I don't know. Anyway, it is really long. So this is some more irrigation here. You see the hoses here, faucets, water valves. Another electrical box, it looks like. Some electrical wiring going this way, and I believe the septic's over here too. And as far as the information on that one, I believe it was pumped in 2006 and inspected. Whenever you have a well inspection, they come out and pump it too, unless of course it's not being used or something, but that's usually what you get when you have an inspection, they pump it. And there was a well test done on that well back there many years ago. You could do another one, obviously, but back then it was about 13 gallons a minute that it was producing when they did the test on it, which is pretty darn good. I believe this is the septic. So this is a pipe coming out of the ground here, and it goes into the ground, and then there's some I don't know, stepping stones or whatever. It's probably covering one of the lids, I imagine. I don't know if you can see that, but right there. Anyway, I think it's here. There should be some drawings or maps on it, but this makes sense to me. Actually, the big PVC pipe coming out of the ground is a good indication. All right, let's go further down. There's some more irrigation down there, right there. So you could throw something down there maybe. The zoning on the property is RR, which is our rural residential zoning. And the taxes here are just over 1% of the assessed value per year. Probably see where the creek is, where it's all green right down there. This creek's a real rager in the winter and spring. So be prepared, because you're gonna love it. See, here's more of that rock slab right here. Some more right there. There's some surface boulders and stuff over here. I put some pink tape up for a little path, walking path, so you can get down to the creek without too much trouble. So we're gonna go on that. But what's that's tied to actually over there with the pink tape is actually, I believe that's a sprinkler head. And there's some more irrigation down there too. There's a chair, and there's some irrigation pipe down there. These look like grapes here. I don't see any grapes on them, but grape leaf? I think so. But yeah, there's irrigation right there and a chair. It's very tempting to sit down right now, but I got work to do. Let's get going down to the creek. Here's more ribbon. See, there's some dirt here too. Right. Okay, move it, Lance, watch. So there's dirt there. So there is some soil here in various locations. Probably mostly down here, I don't know. Let's go check out the fishies. I didn't see any large fish down here, but there were a ton of smaller ones. Ugh. See, nice and forested down here. Some good privacy down here too, man. Check out the fruit. See these guys here? I downloaded an app and looked it up. I thought maybe it was almost looks like a walnut, you know, like the outside of the walnut before you get to inside shell or something. But I believe it said it was, and this is a nickname I think, but candle nut or candle something. It's something with a Hawaiian name to it. Kiki or Q or something. Somebody knows. Anyway, I don't think you can eat it unless you heat it up or something like that, or you can look it up. But there's a lot of that around here. There's another one right here. It's got one fruit on top. Whoops. I don't know what I'm looking at here. It's a small view. Viewfinder small here. I'm looking through to show you guys. All right, almost to the creek. Here's some more. Look at that right there in front of me. Not the big, doesn't have any leaves on anymore, but sure it will in spring. I can hear the creek. So we had one small rain last weekend. What is the date today? It's early October. So this video will come out in, let's see, today's Sunday. So in like 5 days or whatever. So that's when this video was made. 5 days from the day you're watching it. Or 5 days previous of the day you're watching it today. Yeah. There is the creek. We have to go closer without dying. It's a little bit of a step here, getting down there. I could go that way, but that's not as exciting, so let's take the hard route and hope we don't die. Oh. Whoa! Okay, well that branch broke that I was grabbing onto, but I didn't do a face plant, so that's a good call. I see some fish already. There's bigger ones down there, but these are kind of the size. I think you already saw them. I'm going to show them to you before you see this. Here's a photo, at least one photo of what it looks like when it's not at its lowest point, which is probably now, because the fall is going to be when it's going to be the slowest and lowest. All right, let's sneak up on some fish. That looks like watercress. Is that edible? Is that watercress? Looks like it, I think. Let me know. You know how hungry I get. Here's the fish. Oh, there's a ton of them. There's more further down too, but this is just a small sample here. You can see them too well with this camera, but I zoomed in with my cell phone and took some video. You saw that earlier, I think. but they are here. And there they go. Oh. It's so cool down here. All these deep pools of water. This is definitely, I'd say, one of the best parts, or the best part of my job is right here. Any water feature, especially the waterfall ones. Those are amazing. Yeah. There's a bunch of fish here too. Wow, these ones are bigger. They are fast. They hate the land squatch. Wow, man, they're just racing all over. Where are they coming from? Anyway, that's enough of that. Okay, maybe that's watercress. Or maybe that's a larger version of the small stuff over here. Looks yummy. I want to put it in my salad. Oh. Wow. You got a small waterfall here too. Pretty epic. You'll have probably some big ones when it's really raging out here. You know, like I said in the beginning of the video here, it's got a lot of features here that most people are looking for. So if you're considering something like this, you might want to come out pretty quick and take a look at this bad boy, because it's got a lot of great features for someone that's wanting something with everything on it. Well, septic, power. I mean, power is out the road. You probably need a pole or two or something to bring it in, but then you got this creek with a bunch of fish in it. Awesome, awesome, awesome property. I can't stress that enough. So, and in the spring, in the winter, everything will turn green, of course, and it'll look 20 times better than it does now even. So imagine that. But yeah, in the late summer, whatever, midsummer, the grass turns brown, but looks like the creek stays green here. If you're digging the property, contact me. You can contact me through my website, mountainvalleyland.com. There's a link in the description below the video. Lots of info down there on the property and how to reach me. And of course, you can feel free to leave a comment. I try to respond as much as I can. This is one of those properties. One of those creek properties. Pretty awesome. Anyway, if you like this one, check out that one right there, or that one over there. I'll see you all on the next video.